Let's get to it.
Alright YouTube, what is going on? Welcome to another episode of Ask Mesa, usually a weekly series, if I don't have my head up my ass, because I sometimes spread them out, where I answer your questions in the comments section of this video in the next episode, usually behind some gameplay I am not too embarrassed by, and I hopefully didn't post this one. Guys, I have such a habit of reposting gameplays I've posted already. This is another one of my annoying Warlock videos from the Iron Banner, where I use Sunsinger with Void Fake Vestments and Fart Apraxic Fires. So anyway, let's jump into it. Alright, so the first one comes from the Manly Monocle. Do you have anything planned for when you hit 50k subs? You know, I'm thinking about it. I really should do something special, because the more, you know, I finally been thinking, see, I don't really pay attention to the numbers too much, guys, because early on I learned when you pay too much to your sub numbers and your analytics and all that stuff, you'll just drive yourself crazy, okay, because you start comparing yourself to other people, and that just, it doesn't work for me. But now the fact that I am going to hit 50k, you know, guys, I couldn't do this. I wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for you guys, because I've literally, well, not to sound silly here, but I've ridden no coattails to get to this point. I think I only got here because of you guys. I mean, I try not to do really clickbait videos. I've done a few here and there, I know, I've gotten shit for it, but if you go and even search a title of my video, look, a million other channels are going to come up before my channel. So I think the only way I've grown this much is really just from you guys, you know? And I still can't believe where I'm at right now. Yes, 50k is great, but other things like my Facebook community, I mean, it's up to 26,000 people. I mean, that was a place where it was myself and Tony Knott, who makes these amazing Destiny mods. We got kicked out of a fucking Facebook community that was Killzone because they got annoyed with us posting Destiny beta content all the time. And then other things like, you know, I raid with Eric Osborne and some of the other Bungie developers. I mean, how the heck did I get in this position? You know, Luke Smith and I private message all the time, you know. How did I become friends with him? How did I go to the Bungie House of Wolves event? How did I go to E3? Look, E3, I would have never imagined that I would have been invited out to E3 by Activision. The only person who had faith in that was my girlfriend. She met me back in September, October. She's like, I bet you go to that E3 thing. I was like, no way. That's only for the creme de la creme, not me. But she had faith in me, and that was more than I had for myself at the time. But to still go off on a babble here, you know, this channel was made by you guys. You know, I've really ridden no coattails whatsoever, and I feel like, well, actually, the only help I've ever had with this channel is my man Bife. And before you guys ask, why haven't you guys done a dual commentary? We Skype like once a week, but both of us are just so freaking busy, it's hard for us to align our times. But I think we have one scheduled today we're going to try to get to. But really, you know, when I've done a few commentaries with him on his channel, a number of his subscribers have come over, and I know that his audience is a lot different than mine, because he is the master when it comes to detail, lore, crucible, everything like that. So just to have some of his subs like me and want to come over and stay, that's what I really dig. And then also Destiny Follower, they've been really cool with me. The last time they used one of my Taken King gameplays, a whole bunch of you guys came over here, so welcome, please stay. But I could just take stock in the fact that, you know, this is my channel. You guys have made me who I am, and it's gonna get better, because thank God they finally let me change Google+. It's not Mesa Sean Daily Destiny Fix. I know, I did that a few months ago, and Google would not let me change it, but it's back to Mesa Sean, because if you follow me on Twitter, I mean, I am obsessed with Star Wars and Star Wars Battlefront. I got to play it at E3, and I cannot freaking wait for that game to come out. You're going to see a lot of it on this channel, and even Black Ops 3. I'm going to play the beta. Will I cover Call of Duty? Probably not. I mean, am I going to be am I going to try to be the next Call of Duty channel? No, this channel has always kind of been founded on games that I love. I'm going to post and I'm going to cover. You know, it started with Killzone Shadowfall, and then I fell completely in love with Destiny. I think I've got over 60 days played, 65 or 67 days the last time I checked. I never check on Destiny Tracker because it's never accurate. I go right to Bungie.net and I just add up the days between each character because I haven't deleted one. So I've definitely babbled through this thing. But you know what? When I hit 50k, guys, help me out with some ideas in the comments section of what I should do. You know, maybe I'll give away 2 Taken King editions, okay? Not the collectors. I only was able to reserve one for myself. But maybe I could get some of the digital versions if you guys are on the fence about buying it or don't have the funds. Maybe I can help out. I'll do 2, and I'll do a giveaway. I did buy an extra one of those Titan action figures, which I was going to give away, and I am going to give away, but that's not coming until 2016. And also, you guys seem to really like my streaming. I'm definitely going to be trying to stream more and more. I mean, I've been bouncing back and forth between Twitch and YouTube. Can't really tell which one I like better or not. I've been doing Twitch the last couple of days ever since that one stream on YouTube froze up for everybody. It was fine on my end, but it froze up on you guys, and that was a major concern for me. So I'm going to keep streaming, and, you know, you guys seem to have a lot of fun when you stream with me, because one of the things, Shawnee hates egos. Okay, I have zero tolerance for egos. So like when you raid with me and play with me, no one, like I always say, no one bleeds in my lobbies. Okay, you make as many mistakes as you want. I actually prefer when people don't know what they're doing. Because look, it's hard to get 6 people together. I mean, that's why I like the Prison of Elderly people so much. Because sometimes I don't want to get a full party of 6 people. I just want to get 2 other people in, go in and shoot things and get some lackluster rewards at the end. All right, so sorry about that long-winded answer, but here we go. Okay, so Michael Loria, any advice for a freshman going into a heavily drug and drinking influenced school? Frown face. Now, I'm not sure if you mean high school or college, but I will tackle both, okay? And I don't really have advice for how to avoid it, but I can tell you the ramifications, or in my opinion, what the ramifications are if you get roped into all that bullshit, okay? Where I grew up in Queens, New York, okay, it's kind of lower middle class, not so great areas, went to a horrible high school. One of the things about Queens is that people would get stuck here, okay, and never leave Queens, never make something of themselves, so to speak, okay, with, like, say, a good job or career, family. And being old man Mesa in my 30s here, I've seen a lot of people who I knew in high school that got caught up in all that stuff, in the boozing, in the drugs, and all that stuff, and basically never got out of Queens. They never got themselves a house or a home or a family or get married or anything like that. They pretty much are doing the same thing they did a long, long time ago. And the same thing goes to college. I went to college up in Buffalo, New York, which was an amazing party school. I didn't party the whole time because I was obsessed with getting good grades and trying to get into medical school, but then my calling was to go into medical device sales and the whole medical sales industry, so I decided to actually pull my applications to med school. But I watched so many kids go off to college and come home with tremendous debt and waste their whole time there, waste their family's time, because they got caught up in, like, particularly drugs, you know? Now, I'm not exactly a anti-weed person, but I'm not a big fan of it. And I only say this from experience where I had this really good friend who will remain nameless, but when I first met him, he was a very articulate, well-spoken kid, and after about 3 years, he was toast. That became his nickname. You know, I used to make this joke like, hey, Ross. Yeah, I said his name, but you don't know who he is. I'll say, hey, Ross, here's a semi-complicated concept. He would go, oh, yeah. You know, like, I watched him go from being a really bright kid to a really kind of not so there, and he did okay, I guess, after college, but I saw too many kids in college get roped up into the whole party thing, come out with shit grades, and you come out with a large amount of debt, and you can't get a fucking job. And especially in this economy right now, in 2015, coming out of college, what they're actually recommending now, or because I listen to a lot of podcasts, and including some business ones, and they say that it might be better for kids these days. Go to high school, graduate high school, don't go to college, start working, learn some skills, learn some business acumen, then go to college. You know, live with your parents in your early 20s, because you've seen a lot of kids, they go away to college, they come home with tremendous debt, and they got to live with their folks until they're in their 30s because there's no jobs, or not jobs that are paying based on their degree, and they have so much in student loans to pay back. So my advice is really just don't get caught up with it. Come up with a goal. Before you go in, try to figure out what exactly you want to do. See, the end game is, what do you want to do when you get out? That's the key thing that you got to go into college or high school thinking about. What's the end game plan for what you're going to do when you get out? So start to think about that when going in, and that may keep you steered away from the wrong crowd, from the booze and the drugs. And I know it's hard because you're going to be young, you want to party, you want to have fun, you want to meet girls, you want everything, and that'll all come in time, but you got to think about the big picture, okay? And those times, high school and college, you can make decisions that will affect your entire life, okay? So try to make those best decisions, and the only advice I could say is come up with a goal or something that you want to do prior, after high school or after college, and use that to basically fuel you and keep you away from the bad shit. All right, let's try to burn through some of these. Danny says, hey, Mesa, what do you think about not being able to ascend Year 1 weapons in the Taken King? I actually love it. I'm tired of using my old weapons as a crutch. I've said it before. All I ever do when I go into Dragon Strikes or PvE stuff is I'm constantly using my Vision of Confluence, Effort Spear, or my hide-and-seek shotgun. I got a full auto one. And also my Gallahorn. I want to mix things up. Luke Smith said that the new weapons from the Taken King will replace our old ones, and I believe I'm taking stock in what he's saying, because I think the House of Wolves, the elemental primaries we got from Skolas, we could all say, really were not that good at all, or at least I don't think they were. Maybe the Wolfslayer's Claw with Solar I got is pretty good, and also the Scout Rifle, but other than that, the rest are dog shit. All right, then Zach asks, Mesa, do you have any idea which weapon foundry you're going to choose? Well, I'm a little partial to Haka, just because it's no frills, bare bone, they don't look good, but they sound good, and they get the job done. I kind of like that. Omelan looks really cool. I wonder how we're going to be able to do this. I think what I might try to do is I'll start off with Haka, and then maybe on another character, I'll go all Omelan or something like that. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. All right, then we got Ezekiel Bryant. Hey, Mesa, it's Landshark. What's up, Landshark? Played with you a number of times, sir. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live? I would live in Los Angeles. I've always been obsessed with LA and Southern California. Growing up in New York, and you can hear the buses in the background, so loud. The winters here are brutal, and the summers are hot and humid. So I just love LA. Every time I've been there, the weather is just beautiful. I love the palm trees. I love the lack of humidity, and I don't know. I've always been obsessed with it. So that's it. Drop a like in this video only if you see fit. Leave me a question for next week's episode. Follow me on Twitter at Mesa Sean. Check out my stream. Links will be in the description. And that's it. I am out of here like Vladimir.